In this video, we're going to do a TBR. So yeah, let's get started. I'm just going to let you know these are my books that I'm going to plan on reading on May, but I don't know if I'm going to complete them. It's just a list that I want to get done throughout the month, and maybe I'm going to get a little bit overboard. Well, try to be concise into knowing that I'm going to have a break, a summer break, so I'm going to have free time to read a little bit more than usual, and maybe I add some books throughout the month. So yeah, let's get started. Just a note, I don't know a single thing about these books. Some of them I have a little bit of knowledge on what they might be about, but I try to get into a book not really knowing everything, because I really like to be surprised while reading the book. So I try my best not to really know a lot of things before I read them. So yeah, let's begin. Mine is This Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This book is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but it's set in China around the 1920s, and it talks about, I think, gangs having fights between one another. That's what I think, and I'm so excited to get into this because I've been wanting to read this for so long, and the sequel is going to come soon, so I want to read this as soon as possible just to be prepared for the second book. I don't know when I'm going to get the second book, but I'm going to be ready for that, and I'm so excited to read this. Okay, the second book that I'm going to be reading, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into this one because it's a really long book, longer than the ones I have read before, and two, because this book has a lot of touchy subjects that I've seen people talk about once they read this book, and I don't know if I'm able to handle this right now, but I'm trying to see if I can. No, I can, be an effort and wait a little bit to actually read this, but I'm pretty sure I'm able to read it. I don't know. I'm still nervous to read this, but here it is. It's A Little Life by Henya. I'm sorry if I said it wrong, but bear with me. Henya Yanagihara. So sorry. So this is the book that I'm going to read on this month, and this book talks about friendships and how a group of friends that they live throughout their lives, and how their experiences are, how they're going on in their life. That's the only thing I know, and I know that there's a lot of things happening between each friend, and that's that. I've seen a lot of people really liking it, saying it's a really great book, but they say that it's really, really sad, and maybe you should avoid this if you want to, but I really want to read these because it really looks interesting. I really, I don't know, something calls me to read these, and it's a really big chunk. It's around 800 pages. So let's see if I can get this before the month ends. These two, I've been having them in different TBRs, and I have not gotten the chance to actually pick them up and read them. But I need to read this. I need to read them, especially this month, since I have a lot of free time already, and I'm going to be able to read a little bit more. So yeah. My first book that I'm going to read is Feminism. I started a little bit, like around 20 pages, but I honestly have not been able to actually read these. This book is a non-fiction book, and it talks about feminism, but it also tackles other subjects that other feminists have not talked about before. It talks about more between intersectional feminism and how it affects other women, not just white women. And it's really interesting. I want to read more about that, and I really need to get this because I've been having this in my other past TBRs and I have not gotten a chance to read these. He myself will not reading this, but every time I get into the books that I want to read, this book is the one that I have not got a chance to pick this up, and I really want to pick this up. So yeah, let's see if I can get into this. The next book that I have for this TBR is The Diviners by Diva. This book, I know I put it on my last TBR, and I said if I didn't got the chance to read it, I was going to put it until October. But I changed my mind and I actually want to read this because I heard a lot of good things about this, and I'm excited to actually get into this book. And it talks about, I think it talks about witches, and it talks about time travel. That's the only thing I know. It's set in the 1920s as well, in New York City, and that's the only thing I know. And I think it's really cool that the freaking cover is really pretty. And yeah, that's the only thing I know. And I'm so excited to get into this, and I think I will be able to read this, hopefully, because it has this chunk to read. I don't know if I'm able to get the rest of them, but I'm praying that I will. The first book that I want to get into is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I'm going to post a picture right here. And it's about, I think it's about this girl or these kids who are going to this boarding school. I think so. And it talks about how important they are and how really valuable they are as teenagers. It's more like a reflectional type of book, I think. And I'm so excited to get into that because I've been hearing a lot of people saying that it's really good and it's really fast-paced. Well, really short. And I'm trying to get into more contemporary, especially since it's summer and you don't want everything to be fantasy, even though I'll be fine with that. But still, I'll try to change a little bit with my books and stuff, so I want to get into that book as soon as possible. Okay, the last book that I have in this list is Queenie by Candice Carter Williams, and this book is a novel where the main character, she's Jamaican British living in London, and she is dealing with the breakup with her long-term relationship. So she has to deal with that, and she gets into these messy situations all the time, and she's trying to see more what her meaning of life is and what does she finds value into her life. So that's what I can get from the synopsis, what I just read right now, because I really didn't know what the story was about. So yeah, that's that. So those are the books that I want to get into this month. I hope I can get through them all, and I hope I can get into a little bit more since I have more free time. I'm able to read a little bit more than I have throughout the past. I'm setting myself really unexpected goals, but you know, I'm not going to let this thing down because I really like to read, and I like to read a lot of books, so that's that. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and I see you guys in the next video. Also, everything's going to be linked down below, and I will put some resources where you guys can go help and get informed. Again, this is not affiliate or anything, it's just links that you can get informed and help people out, you know. So So that's that, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.